It's a new year at Wesley Biblical Seminary, and I'm so glad that you are a student with us. We just want to welcome everybody to this next season in the life of Wesley Biblical Seminary. As classes, I'm sending this message at 8:39, and in just 20 minutes, classes will start, and people will be coming into their Zoom rooms, coming into our building. I'm not sure where everybody will be, but we welcome you to Wesley Biblical Seminary, where we are developing trusted leaders for faithful churches. We have been praying for you. We're excited for this moment. Particularly, we say hello to every new student. My name's Dr. Andy Miller, and I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs. Sometimes I'm called the Dean. I also teach in theology and preaching, so some of you will be in my preaching class, which is on Tuesday afternoons. But we are so glad that you're here. I want you to know a few things as we get started in this season. If you don't know it, you're a part of a historic group of students. We have the largest student body we have ever had at this exact moment. We've added 250 plus GMC Course of Study students. So when I say GMC, some of you might not know what I'm saying. It's a Global Methodist Church. That's a church that's been emerging the last year and a half or so as a result of the split in the United Methodist Church. And so we have, it's amazing to think, 250 new students that came this summer and this fall who are going to participate in a variety of classes. So we welcome you all, but it's helpful to know for every other student that's a big change in our campus. We're so in our campus life and all that's happening in our courses. Some of your courses are going to be very large, but at the same time, we've tried to come up with some ways that we can support professors and you along the way with some graders and extra courses. Some of you have even heard just in the last few days, we've opened up some extra classes so that we can serve people well. But this is an exciting time for Wesley Biblical Seminary. I want you to know kind of the function from the Academic Affairs Department, some things that you need to know about. First, you'll see on all of your syllabi, we've updated a few things. One is this, that we've included with the plagiarism statement a word about the use of artificial intelligence, like in ChatGPT or sites like that. So take a look at that as you come through. If you have any questions, feel free to find me. Secondly, and look at this.
Hey!
There's our president.
Finally good to have him back in the office.
So you want to greet all of our students here as we're getting going?
It's going to be a great semester. Very exciting things happening. Oh man, there's so much to report. Lots of faculty publications coming out.
Yeah.
Enrollment is up 600%.
It's like hard to quantify. I was just describing how we had 250 GMC students, 600%.
And we're here for the GMC. We're here for everybody else
right?
Too. And we're praying for y'all. And if you ever feel overwhelmed, remember the Holy Spirit helps us. So
if you need to learn more about that, you can find his new book, The Holy Spirit. Right, an introduction.
Shameless plug.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Contender.
There it is.
And the one I'm most excited about is this guy right here, The Doctrine of Good Works. McCall, Friedemann. Sounds like a law firm. Anyway, bless you guys.
Yep. Just a couple other quick announcements before I head to a meeting with him. But what we have happening, you'll notice that we have an AI statement there. And then secondly, I want you to know about the the faculty have agreed, and we're implementing it now, that we're going to have a standardized approach to academic writing and academic papers, and that is that we're going to use the Society of Biblical Literature's stylistic guidelines. Now, some of you might be familiar with the Chicago Manual of Style. It's very similar to that. All of your syllabi have directions on how to use that, guides for using that. So there's a hot link or a hyperlink, I don't know what the right word to describe it. A link, how about that? A link in all your syllabi that will help you understand how to use that those stylistic guidelines. So every class will have that. So you won't have MLA here, Chicago here, or just whatever works for you here. No, it's going to be, we want everybody to learn to write in this style, and that's generally accepted in theological and biblical studies. So make sure you're aware of that as you're coming in, and that's something your professors will explain to you. But if you have questions about that, the stylistic guidelines, I recommend checking in with Grace Andrews, our librarian. Also, two things that people often forget at the beginning of a class is every class has a bio signature and a syllabus agreement. That's your first assignment in every class. So I recommend that you make sure you're filling those out, just doing that at the outset. So when I've taught, I often have a hard time getting people to do that. Sometimes they're waiting a little while to make the time because it's so easy. It just takes a few minutes to get that going. So those are things that are happening. Make sure I just want to make sure you're aware of chapel, as that will be happening on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. I happen to be speaking at this first chapel. But you'll see we have an increased social media presence. We have a new director of communications, Ken Roach, who's one of our Doctor of Ministry students also, but recommend you check out the type of things he is saying, he's putting out there, and like the chapel schedules there. And it's a great way for you to engage the life of the seminary and all that's happening. So there's that. We'll have the Chamberlain Holiness Lectures that will be coming up at the end of October, and other things coming from my office. But we are glad that you're here. We're thankful that the Holy Spirit has brought you to Wesley Biblical Seminary. We're excited to equip you. The faculties are excited. We just had a faculty retreat this past Friday, and we're thankful that you're in this sphere of influence, and we look forward to seeing how God's going to use your time here for His purposes in the world. Thanks so much. God bless you. Have a great semester.